And we're joined here now at our championship stage, our post-race stage, by the champion owner, Joe Gibbs. I talked to you over there, but congratulations again. I know these guys have some questions for you as well.
Not these guys. No, we're thrilled. Coy, our whole family, the last race that JD got to attend was Kyle's last championship. And so it's been an emotional year for us and our family. And Lord just blessed us with a great year, period. I'm thrilled for all of our people that work there, all of our, obviously our sponsors today, Mars, M&M's, and Norm, and Toyota. It's just a huge deal for us. And as you guys know, this is hard to do, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. You know, I heard the Toyota guys talking about when they came into the sport, and the struggles coming into the sport to get to where they are today. 19 wins with your organization, broke a record, set a new, and I said it a minute ago. This year, 2019 didn't happen without you and this guy standing beside of you, and Corey and JD, everybody getting together, and Jimmy Makar that first time. When you stand here at a year like this and stand here on this stage and everything you guys have been, does it just seem surreal, like a huge blessing?
Yeah, it really is just a blessing. When you think about most people in the world, I've got to enjoy so many things. You know, the football thing, and now come over to racing. And everybody here, the thrill about this sport is everybody that gets to go with you. The sponsors and everybody, and then all the people back at the race shop. 500 people it took to do this. Yeah. And I'm thankful for all of them. They get to go with us through this journey. Yeah. And so it's a thrill for me. It's hard to do, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Joe, you were successful as a football coach, and you took me through the Redskins training camp one time to show me kind of how you went about things, which in my mind was a lot different in getting your people. Kyle mentioned something a while ago about the lineup that you have is the strongest maybe that any organization has ever had, with 4 drivers. When you look and try to get this talent, and things haven't always been great trying to keep Kyle Busch there and keep him happy and keep sponsors happy, but what is the role that you play in trying to make all of that happen?
I think for me on this side, I was a technical person in football, but now over here, it's, you know, it's keeping the sponsors happy, picking the people, and working with the people issues. And when you get people together, as you guys know, we all have a drama going on. And so that part of it is hard. I say the thrill for me is the first of every month trying to pay the bills.
You talk about the people. So, and so you had the Redskins, okay? That's one team. So I know Joe Gibbs Racing is one team, but there's 4 teams inside that team. How do you balance that when 3 of those teams are going for the ultimate prize?
I said the thing I love about our sport, which is totally different than other sports, you have 4 teams. And so how do you get them to work together to solve problems, to bring the resources it takes to race? And at the race shop, we operate as one. But now when you get to the racetrack, it's 4 teams divide up. Everybody's going for it. I love that part of our sport because it's extremely hard to do. And so I get a kick out of it. We get to come to the racetrack, race against the best race teams in the world, racing NASCAR. And it's a thrill for me to be a part of it and get to compete. I get excited each and every week going. And then you're right. Each and every week, I got at least 3 are upset about something.
Joe, when you look back over things and you talk about it, Bobby Labonte started getting your championships in 2000, and Tony Stewart got a couple along the way. But can you look and say, with Kyle Busch, the talent, everything that he's brought to Joe Gibbs Racing, the hire that day that you brought him over there and realizing the talent that you had, could you ever imagine that you would have someone so successful?
Never. I never dreamed of that. Our very first year, I think he won 7 or something. Real talent, so competitive. And it's a thrill to kind of us watch him as he goes in his career. And really, I just tell him we jump on his back and ride him. But really, our drivers, Martin, I hated it for Martin, and Denny today. I know what a disappointment that was. Eric being our young guy. And that is one of the tough things about our sport. When you walk away each weekend, you got at least 3 of them are upset about something because they're so competitive. And that part of it is tough.
You know, in pre-race, you and Dale sat down and talked, and we had a really, really good interview. And we've walked in the same shoes to some degree.
Yes.
And for me, it changes your perspective on life.
Yes.
Totally changes it. How does this day and this moment, what's your perspective on this compared to life?
Yeah, I think you're right. We have shared something there that is just, I think, probably if not the greatest heartbreak in life. And I think about JD spent his entire professional life building the race team. He was there, you know, we put the very first bolt and everything. And he was such a spiritual part of what we do. And I just hope everybody goes to his website, jdgibbslegacy.com. That service we had for him, Melissa kind of put that together. It was a testimony to him. But really, I've kind of felt him, honestly, I can say all year long. Yeah. And I think he's definitely a part of this. Everybody that saw our Daytona 500 and everything that happened after that, you know, that can't be by accident. And so I feel like the Lord kind of put his hand on things and oversaw it. I think JD was there and able to be a part of this too. And I miss him so much. We all do. Our whole family, Melissa, everybody, the boys, Jackson Miller, Jason Taylor. He left a great legacy here. Those boys, I think, are going to do great things. Yeah. And Melissa is such a strong person. I just say to the whole NASCAR family, everybody that reached out the way they did, everybody that came to that service, all the letters we've got, the NASCAR family, I just want to say to everybody out there, all of you fans, I mean, hundreds of letters, thousands of letters, and people saying how much they miss him, appreciate him, and trying to encourage us. I can't thank everybody out there enough, and the Lord's blessed us with a great family here, and it's a racing family.
I know he touched and helped a lot of people, and I think
well
legacy,
said.
Indeed, J.D. Gibbs' legacy is the perfect word for it. I know it's bittersweet, Coach, but it's special as well, and it'll be special to see you inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame coming off a season where you win the championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I think you get an award like that, it's everybody that got you here. I'm a little embarrassed.
No, don't be.
Don't be that.
Earned every bit. 5 Cup championships here in NASCAR, 3 Super Bowl wins. The accomplishments go on and on.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.